But I want to get to this story about R. Kelly, if y'all don't mind. R. Kelly, the story is crazy to me. I think it's sad to me. I think it's fucked up to me, and it should not be a thing. It should not be a thing for this reason. Ladies and gentlemen, we love to hear black women tell us about how they're unprotected. We also love to hear black women tell us about how black men try to leave them behind when they got money. Well, R. Kelly didn't leave black women behind when he got money, did he? R. Kelly still liked black pussy. He enjoyed black pussy. The problem was, R. Kelly apparently liked them young. That might have been his problem. But I don't know what man doesn't like women who are in their youth. As a matter of fact, Robert Kraft, the 84-year-old owner of the New England Patriots, just married a 40-year-old woman. Or got engaged to her and is about to marry her. He's 84 years old. He married a 40-year-old woman. Right, barely legal is a thing on porn, and people love that. Stop acting like people don't like teen. There's a reason why that girl running around. What's her name? Ariana Grande, or whatever her name is. Stop it. They try to act like it's not a thing. So R. Kelly's getting villainized for something that's been going on for centuries. Centuries. But here's the messed up part about what happened to R. Kelly. It was black women who conspired to ruin this man's life with white people. They did. The same black women who constantly get together with white men to help destroy black men. Now, R. Kelly was a cash cow, and I want to say this, and I want everybody to understand. Anybody that wants to disagree with me, you can hit the link. R. Kelly was a cash cow for whom? R. Kelly was a cash cow for the white people because he couldn't read, and they didn't want him to learn how to read. He was a cash cow for his mama because his mama allowed him to not be able to go and read and live life not being able to read. See, I'm sure mama was getting money for having son to live in the projects. When you're a mom and you are raising a child, if your child can't read, it's your fault. Somebody said, would I keep the same energy if it was King Tut? Hit the link, please. Stop asking me questions in the comment section. I'm begging you. My lines are open. There's a link. Hit the link or send the money, send it via Cash App, and I'll read it. If you ask me any question in the comment section without it being a Cash App or some type of financial way you ask me that question, block them immediately, because there's no reason to ask me questions when my lines are open. None. Now, R. Kelly, his mother, and any one of you mothers, if your children can't read, if your children cannot read, it is your fault. If your children cannot read, it is your fault. I'm not going to blame the school, because before you head to school, your kids, George says, I'm the best at my craft. Thank you. Gregory said he kill hoes. He kill hoes. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Montreal says, thanks for the afternoon show. And Tiffany threw a little bit of money at the back of my neck. So did Taliban say, Willie will or Willie won't kill ladies? Those are the cash apps. But when we're talking about R. Kelly, the thing about R. Kelly is simple. He was being used by everyone around him. The people who raised him. Not only that, but he was being used by the record company who signed him. He was also being used by every one of the women who were chasing him around. He was being pulled three ways. One more way, it had been drawn and quartered. I would say his legal team. So he was being drawn and quartered because his legal team used him as well. A lot of us black men will find ourselves inside of the system, and we'll find these legal teams screwing us over. We'll find these legal teams destroying us. R. Kelly was molested as a child, used as a child. Sir, I know who you are over there. I've already seen the name. But you can go ahead and write in the comment section over there what it is you'd like to talk to me about. Because I'm not going to let you play on my show anymore. But I don't have a problem with talking to you or anyone else about this subject. Other than that, you cannot come up here. Go on your show and make more videos saying that I'm on drugs. You think this is cool and cute, and I think this is the dumbest shit in the world that you refuse to leave me alone. I don't bother you. I agree with everything you said. I don't bring your name up. I think it's one of the saddest damn things in the world. I can't shake this nigga. Yeah, he's back. Uncle Sweetness, he just won't go away. I think this is the craziest thing in the world. Why don't you go back to my mama's church? It's Sunday. Go do that. Go to the Hooters that I go to. Go do that. I don't get what your point is. Go make another video. I don't know what he wants. I told him if you write in the comment section, if it makes some sense, I'll bring him up. I don't know what he wants. Say, I know I'm late, but I just watched The Fatherless America, and you found a new follow in me. Thank you, JQ. If you guys haven't seen The Fatherless America, go to afatherlessamerica.com. Make sure you pick it up. Anybody that comes back here in the back, you better write what it is you want to talk to me about. Because I'm not just going to bring you in here. It makes no sense. I have a subject. You need to write what it is that we're supposed to be talking about. Anybody in the comments, you know what? I'm going to make it easier. I was going to say anybody in the comment section talking about something I don't want to talk about. I'm going to, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make it easier. I'm not even going to do this. Because apparently they're talking about the famous twins. They're talking about everything else. And you guys in the comment section, you can blame the fact that I turn it off on the same people who come here every day to make sure I turn it off. It's just what they do. They're waiting on me so they can make sure I turn the comment section off. And I don't mind doing it because right now you can go over and join us on OnlyFans for half off. So come join us on OnlyFans. You don't have this problem. They don't go over there and do it. It goes to show you that all these people, they know what it is. They just want to make things. This is perfect example of how black folks want to, if you enjoy something, they want to take it away from everyone. How many of you guys have noticed that? When it comes to black people, if you enjoy it and they're not getting any enjoyment out of it, what they want is nobody to get enjoyment out of it. So they see that there's other people over here enjoying and talking in the comment section who don't have wrenches, who don't have those things, but they're just enjoying it and it's fun for them to talk. When they see that y'all are having fun and we're talking about a subject and they know they don't know how to do it, they'll come say some dumb shit so we can shut the comment section down. They also believe that, which is sort of true, they believe that you will not hit that Cash App to get it back open. If you do hit the Cash App to get it back open, it makes them mad. That's why I came up with the saying, make them mad, make them mad, make them want to come kick my black ass. Donate some money, donate some cash, and make them mad. And it does. They believe that with the comment section not being open, the numbers will go down. Hit the Cash App, hit the StreamYards, let's go ahead and get it done. Or not the StreamYards or whatever that thing is called. I don't know why I can't remember that. But anyway, let's get back to it. So R. Kelly has to deal with crap from every side. He's gotten used by everyone. And no one cared about R. Kelly. We don't ask the questions about what R. Kelly went through, and that was what my past show was about. We don't ask that question about what these males went through. R. Kelly can be sentenced for what he was accused of and convicted of 20 years to life. Yeah, get more likes too. I'll open up the comment section. Get more likes. There are way too few likes. 831. That's why I know the people who claim that they care, y'all won't even give something that's free, much less a Cash App. Hitting the like button is free. R. Kelly, everybody jumped on. He was with young girls. And most of the women who have a problem with it were young girls who were with older men. But let's talk a little bit. Here's the story. It says, the New York lawyer for the Chicago-born R&B singer R. Kelly has asked a federal judge to overturn his conviction on racketeering charges in New York. Why was he charged with racketeering? Again, all of this stuff, if you guys want to do the shortcut version of it, you can go click on the link in the description box and it'll take you right to it and you can read this yourself. Saying prosecutors misused a federal statute meant to go after gang leaders and that R. Kelly's ineffective lawyers failed to keep some hopelessly biased jurors off of the panel. Kelly, who's 54 years old, was convicted on September 27 in the U.S. District Court in Brooklyn on racketeering conspiracy charges, alleging he used his music career to further a criminal enterprise. What? Thank you, Dwayne. The jury found him guilty of 12 illegal acts, including sex with multiple underage girls, as well as a 1994 scheme to bribe an Illinois public aid official to get a phony ID for 15-year-old singer Aaliyah so the two could get married. How many of y'all know a young bitch right now with a fake ID so she can go to the club and drink? I know plenty of young bitches with fake IDs so they can go to the club and drink. They 19, 20, but they got a fake ID. And when they get caught, have you ever seen them go to jail or be faced with any criminal time? Have you ever seen them take a young 18, 19, 20-year-old who has an ID stating they're 21? Have you ever seen one of them go to jail and face jail time? Ever. 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 Okay. Just making sure. He faces 10 years to life. That's what he's facing. 10 years to life. That's a big ass gap. 10 years to life in prison when he's sentenced in May. Kelly is currently being held without bond at a federal detention facility in Brooklyn. Murderers get bond. Barry gets bond. James get bond. Why is it that R. Kelly was not a flight risk? Because if he was a flight risk, he would have ran away a long time ago. Why is it that R. Kelly, who has not murdered anyone? Why is it that R. Kelly, who has not menaced anyone, has not threatened anyone's life? Why is it that R. Kelly cannot get a bond, but we have had several cases over the last few years of people who got a bond when they were convicted in murder cases? Somebody tell me if I'm lying. People who got a bond when they were convicted in murder cases, waiting to be sentenced, and still were out on bond and killed somebody else. But this man can't. This man can't. I think the cash out. Motions filed late Tuesday are unlikely to persuade the United States District Judge Ann Donnelly to grant a new trial for Kelly, but they telegraph issues sure to be brought up later when the case is appealed at the Second Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals. Prosecutors have until March 10th to file a response. In one filing, Kelly's new attorney, Jennifer Bongine, assailed that the government's use of the racketeering statute to fashion a case against the singer, saying it was classic Me Too era overreach and allowed prosecutors to circumvent pesky statute of limitations issues that were arising from decades-old sexual abuse cases. Invigorated by an influential social movement determined to punish centuries of male misbehavior through symbolic persecution or prosecution of high-profile men, the government brought a RICO prosecution against Kelly that was absurdly remote from the drafter's intent, Bongine wrote on a 62-page motion for the judge of acquittal. Bongine said that prosecutors improperly presented an overabundance of bad character testimony from a parade of witnesses that overwhelmed the jury with salacious information about Kelly's sexual bad habits, but had little or nothing to do with the racketeering charge he was facing. For those who don't understand exactly what was said, he said they basically tried to make him out to look like a bad guy. They brought in things that had nothing to do with the case to get the people upset with him. You know, like how Kwame Brown decided to tell people, I called a woman a bitch on the side of the road back in 2015, even though he knew I called that woman a bitch on the side of the road when he was a fan of mine in 2020 and 21. See, this is what we do to a lot of people. We try to bring in information to make people look bad. We want you to look bad to make other people hate you like I do. So therefore, any charge that I put on you, they will agree with it because you're a bad guy. Scott Peterson, for example, he cheated on his wife while his wife was missing. He had to have done it. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but it was easy to convict him. It's easy to convict people if you don't like them. And they love to do that to men. Men, they will make sure you don't like the man. I've told you about several cases where they'll bring up that the guy's a thug, even though the woman dated a thug. So why is him being a thug a problem now? Among those witnesses, according to Bongine, was John Doe number 5, a former girlfriend of Kelly's, who testified at a trial that the singer physically, sexually, and psychologically abused her over a number of years, including administering beatings for violating his bizarre rules and forcing her to have sex with strangers as punishment. She was underage at the start of their relationship. Bongine's motion included pages upon pages of text messages between the girl and her mother that say she showed they conspired to win Kelly's affection, to further Jane Doe's music career. In exchange, the girl mother tells her she should do something seductive, is what one of the text messages said, to mess with R. Kelly, like blow him little kisses, wink at him, and bite the tip of your finger. Thank you, Lloyd Black. And then welcome to the new member. Let me ask you guys a question. Imagine, and remember this woman that they're talking about, Jane Doe number 5, her mother was married to a man. Imagine this man and this woman imagine if you're the husband, because I don't know if he knows or not. But imagine you find out that your mother was sent, you had to have known because you knew your daughter. I wouldn't send my daughter off with R. Kelly. I wouldn't. I don't care how much money he has. I just wouldn't. But they sent the daughter off with R. Kelly. So the father had to have known that. Now imagine your mother or their wife sending your daughter messages on how to seduce R. Kelly. Why is it that this wasn't brought out by the defense? Why is it that this was allowed to go on? And why was the mother not charged? Because if it's wrong to fucking underage person, wouldn't it be wrong for a mom to pressure an underage person to seduce a man older than her? In 2015, after the girl flew to California on Kelly's invitation to see one of his shows, she texts her mother from the spot near the stage saying, Kelly was singing the whole show to me. This man in love, said Jane Doe number 5. She texted her mother from the front row. Thank you, Lancelot. She texted her mother from the front row and said, Kelly is singing the whole show to me, this man in love. According to the filings, her mother replied, oh my God, you gonna marry him and have his babies. The mother replied to that text, oh my God, OMG, you gonna marry him and have his babies. Then continued, LOL, my son-in-law gonna be older than me. Yet R. Kelly is in jail. Yet R. Kelly is in jail. M told me to check my Cash App. I will do. Oh, M, thank you so much. It jumped up to 403. M said, thank you for always speaking the truth and wisdom. She sent me $100. Leighton put $11 on it. Berkey said, keep making them mad. M then put another $5 on it. And James put $5 on it, bringing us to a nice round figure of 403. Thank you guys so much. Y'all know the mother's name. Y'all know the girl's name. They did the show. They did the special. Her and the mom were up there. I forgot what can people in the comment section put her name there? You said OnlyFans is offline again. OnlyFans, I don't know why it keeps doing that shit. I'll just have to reload the video after it's done up there because it's being a dick. No. It looks, I see it still there. No, it's not. Yeah, Ariel. Thank you. It's the Ariel girl. It's that Ariel girl. Ariel Carey. I think it's her last name. Something Carey. That's who it is. Clary. Okay, Clary. It's not hard. Azriel. That's it. Azriel. Sorry. Azriel. Azriel Clary. Imagine that. Let's continue to read. She said her son-in-law is going to be older than her. The messages, according to Bonjean's motion, showed that no rational jury could conclude that Kelly enticed, persuaded, induced, or coerced Jane to travel to California, as the jury in the case had found previously. Hey, Oliver, what's going on? What up, NATO, Lowlife, Rum? In a separate filing, Bonjean made a lengthy claim of ineffective assistance of counsel, blasting Kelly's lawyer as serially incompetent and saying they allowed several jurors who admitted seeing the 2019 Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, which portrayed Kelly as a serial predator and included interviews with many of the government witnesses. For example, the motion stated that Kelly's trial attorney failed to ask a single question of juror number 3, who admitted on a questionnaire that he'd seen a documentary about him and his legal troubles and heard that he had been sleeping with underage girls. Ladies and gentlemen, how would that person get on the jury? Ladies and gentlemen, how did that individual end up on the jury? How many of you guys would like to have been railroaded like we've heard so far? For me, he should have been arrested a very long time ago when the mother of those children, for neglect, For me, he should have been arrested very long time. Well, I guess when that first video came out, but I don't think he should have been arrested for that. Let me tell you why. Because that girl was served up to them too. Why is it that nobody's trying to arrest the girls' parents who were serving them up? I don't like this. There's too many people who get away with setting people up. It's not cool. If you're going to arrest people, arrest them both. Right, DB? The case needs to be thrown out. If you're going to arrest people, arrest them both. Eric says, hey, Tommy, I sent you the email with a link in the description box. Sorry if this was the wrong email. No, I got it, Eric. I got it. Arrest them both. Stop allowing somebody to be able to go purposely mess with somebody. Y'all know what this is? It's the equivalent of women still able to push a man. The man slaps the shit out the bitch. He goes to jail. We are allowing a society full of people to basically entrap people. It's entrapment. And they allow it all the time. You got these women who are able to get turkey basters and get pregnant off of a man's semen, and nothing happens to them. All you're doing is creating women trying to find more ways to get pregnant. Now they putting Viagra and shit to knock niggas out in drinks. Did y'all know that? Women who are trying to get pregnant by these celebrities now, they're doing two things. They're putting Viagra in their drinks and putting things that knock them out so they can fuck them while they're asleep. That's the new hustle that they're doing. They're doing them both. So they're knocking the men out to where they're disoriented and putting the thing in it and makes their penis hard so they can fuck him. He doesn't know, and there's nothing he can do. No law against it. Poke holes in the condom. No law against it. We're making it to where these women are going to just keep finding better and better ways to just screw somebody out of their shit because there is no repercussions for them doing it. Yes, Jay Dizzle. Yes. So his own counsel refused to kick these people off who admitted that they knew these things beforehand. While the juror went on to say he could remain impartial, Bogine said that defies logic. Oh, and it does. Anyone who's seen Surviving R. Kelly should have been removed for cause, Bongine wrote in her motion. The motion also alleges that Kelly's lead trial attorney, Nicole Blank Beaker, was laboring under a disabling conflict of interest since she had earlier assisted Jane Doe number 5, one of the government's key witnesses. This is why I know the United States government and their so-called better jury system than anywhere else is a fucking lie. Welcome, Almond Eyes. It's a lie. How is it that you can have someone that represented one of the people then become an attorney for the other? Oh, but listen. It was previously reported on the conflict and prompted the judge to hold a pretrial hearing to determine whether Becker should be removed from the defense team. In the end, Donnelly allowed Becker to stay, but barred her from participating in the cross-examination of Jane Doe number 5. Bongine said that was a mistake. Y'all hear that? Oh, she can stay, but she can't cross-examine the person she used to represent. Anything else, though, she can do. Becker formed an attorney-client relationship with Jane that put her at odds with her duty of loyalty to Kelly, Bongine wrote. The risk of prejudice was made more significant by the fact that Jane was not just any witness, but the government's star witness. Defendant's Sixth Amendment guarantee of conflict-free counsel was denied. Becker, who withdrew from Kelly's case earlier this month, along with The other two members of the trial team could not immediately be reached for comment on Friday. Bongine, whose legal career began in Chicago, was the driving force behind the comedian Bill Cosby's appeal of his sex crimes conviction in Pennsylvania and wound up winning the actor's stunning release from prison. She joined Kelly's case last year for purposes of appeal, but has since signed on as a full-time attorney and will defend Kelly against pending sex abuse allegations in federal court in Chicago, which is currently set for trial in August. The singer is charged in the United States District Court in Chicago for running a years-long scheme to buy back sex tapes he allegedly made with underage girls and to bribe or coerce witnesses in his 2008 child pornography trial in Cook County, which ended in an acquittal. While there are no racketeering allegations in the Chicago indictment, there is a lot of overlap in evidence supporting the charges. Other indictments alleging sexual abuse by R. Kelly brought in Cook County in February 2019 have yet to be scheduled for trial. Again, if you want to read this, you can go over to the website, link in the description box. You can read this. These are things that everybody should read and say something's not right. The Savages and Clarys both need to be locked up. They pimped their daughters out and pimped out to him when they were 13 and 14, and they got paid. Yes. Why is it that we're not going to talk about this? When it came to them, everybody got paid. Hey, baby girl. Everybody got paid. They used this man, and they had no problem using this man. Black men, that's why I said they get us coming and going. This man's whole life was fucked over by the mother who had him, the aunties and sisters who abused him, the family who used him, the record label who misused him, the school system that he was in that shuffled him right on through. Lord Gaelic said, hurt them feelings. Man, I don't even know why I'm hurting their feelings. I'm just telling the truth. Everybody used this man. Thank you, Sean. Sean said, R. Kelly was truly set up. Sean hit me with $5 on the Cash App. Anybody else who want to support the Cash App, make sure you go and hit it. # TJ SOTOMAYOR.